It's Friday the 17th of October. Today we were just going to have a bit of a look around through the sort of the southwest corner of the Liverpool Plains and up through to sort of Malali. Just calling in on a few crops on the way through. We're just on our way down around through, this is near Tamarang, on our way down to Prima at the moment. It's a crop of dryland durum wheat by the looks of things. It's fairly short, it's lucky to be knee high, the head count's really low, so it's obviously done it pretty tough, either through rotation or through lack of rain, which hasn't, the rainfall down in this part of the Liverpool Plains has been a lot less than what it has been across just about every other area of the Liverpool Plains, so it'll be interesting to see what the crops look like through here, because generally this is a much more high yielding part of the plain. Anyway, we'll keep moving along and have a look at what we can see. I'm still at Tamarang, just looking at a crop of Hyola 50 that's getting windrowed. I'll drop down into it and have a look at it. Here's a closer look at the windrows here. Looks like a pretty good crop, really. Bit hard to put a yield estimate on it when it's sitting in a pile on the ground though. I'll just open a couple of the pods and have a look and see what they look like. Okay, this is just down the hill a bit further from where we were in the same crop of Hyola 50 here at Tamarang. It's just standing here where he hasn't got to with the windrower yet. Thought I'd have a look at this to get a better idea. Looking at some of the other crops around and looking at this crop, the other crops that were sort of pegged at about a tonne to the acre, 0.8, 0.9, appeared to be probably a little bit better than this, but this isn't a poor crop by any means, and I don't know, using those other crops as a benchmark, you'd have to say this is probably 0.7, 0.8 tonne to the acre. I'll try and get a picture of the windrower going. He's back down the bottom of the hill. By the time I get down there he'll probably be back up here, but I'll see what I can do. We're just in the windrower here with Neil from over at Casino. First time I've been in a windrower before, so I don't know how interesting this will be. This is just across the road, or paddock I suppose, fence from the canola we were just looking at. It's a field of durum wheat by the looks of things, and it looks like it's taken the crown rot really badly. As a percentage, it could easily be 50% damage, and you know, you start rubbing out some of these white heads and they're just simply empty. You know, there's nothing in them at all. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why the durum on the Liverpool Plains this year, the acres are right back. I'm just down here in Prima now, and it's It's actually amazing how little winter crop there is planted down here, and you know what is planted is probably split, you know, 50-50 between wheat and canola. The crops here vary a fair bit. There's a crop across the road from where I am here now, and it looks like it's failed and it's been sprayed out, while the crop I'm standing in now looks, you know, quite alright. Looks pretty good actually. And I'm just at down the Bundella Prima Road, a bit closer to Prima now, in another field of wheat. It doesn't look quite as good as that last crop we're in. The heads are a lot shorter. It's probably got more heads, but they're just a bit smaller. It's quite evident the difference in crown rot level, bread wheat versus durum wheat, isn't it? And the durum we looked at earlier was just smitten with crown rot, while the bread wheat, you know, you're lucky to see a single white head. More chance of seeing a head of barley in this crop than what you are seeing a white head. Just at Tivoli at Tambar Springs in a field of Jandaroy. It's dryland crop. It's got a little bit of crown rot in it, not a huge amount, but there's a few patches here and there that are a little bit worse than what you want to see. But generally speaking, you're probably looking at maybe 5% crown rot through the entire crop, even if you take the heavier patches into consideration. Yield wise, you'd probably look at, I don't know, there'd be maybe 15-16 bags, maybe a bit more. So still here at Tivoli. This is another crop of durum wheat on long fallow. It's a lot better, this crop. It hasn't got anywhere near the crown rot in it as what the crop had that we were just looking at. Yield wise, you know, well, it's probably 5% better because it hasn't got the crown rot to start off with, but you'd have to think that it's maybe even, you know, 2 or 3 bags better too. This is a crop of Commander barley sown at the end of May here at Tambar Springs. Looks pretty good. It's still standing up okay. There's a few patches starting to go down, but it still looks quite good. The grain size is fairly good. The heads they're not huge, but considering the season, it looks like it should be a pretty good crop. Alright, we're still at Tambar Springs at Tivoli. This is a crop of short fallow, sort of short fallow Jandaroy. It's out of chickpeas last year. Doing it a lot tougher than the other crops that we've looked at on the same property here today. And the crown rot's nailing it in a few places. You can see this patch here. And there's a green bit and another bit and another bit. Yeah, it's sort of, you know, you could easily say it's taken 30-40% of the crop out here in places.